The increase of the Earth's atmosphere and ocean's average temperature in recent decades is one of the definitions of global warming. Since the Industrial Revolution in the mid-19th century, the global temperatures have risen by about 1 degree centigrade. That may not sound like a dramatic rise in Earth's temperature, but in fact it is frighteningly fast. Global warming is closely linked to the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere, according to ice core samples from Greenland and Antarctica. For over a century, the National Climatic Data Center has been gathering temperatures worldwide on land and sea from 1880 to 2000. This shows the extreme changes in the Earth's temperature. According to a report, the global surface temperature will likely to rise a further 1.1 to 6.4 degrees centigrade during the 21st century. This figure shows the current global temperature and the future predictions to 2090. The theory that global warming is caused by man's activity on the planet is supported by most natural scientists. Man releases CO2 into the atmosphere when burning fossil fuels. However, burning fossil fuels is a huge part of our everyday. We cannot live without it yet. The greenhouse effect is happening, which means that CO2, methane and other greenhouse gases are collecting in Earth's atmosphere, making it thicker, and therefore hotter, like a very thick jacket around the Earth. There are also small minorities of scientists who say that global warming is not man-made. These scientists are often hired by oil companies. Snowcaps and glaciers are melting due to the heightened global temperature, and also the planet's sea level has been steadily rising. Scientists predict several sea level rises. One of them is that 25% of all coastal towns around the Earth will be flooded by 2080. This means that many low-lying countries like Bangladesh and the Maldives will simply cease to exist. Natural disasters like floods, heat waves, hurricanes and tornadoes will probably be a part of our everyday. Eventually, Earth will become one huge desert because of the searing heat, and the ecosystem will most likely collapse. There are a lot of things we can do to prevent global warming, but it is the governments who makes the decisions. Even though the governments makes the decisions, everyone can help and contribute to better the environment. If everyone helps just a little, it will be a huge contribution combined. Individual choices can have an impact on the global climate change. There are a lot of things we can do that helps the environment, and some of them are: instead of using your car, you can take a bike. When you use a bike, you are not leaving harmful gases out into the atmosphere. And another benefit of biking as opposed to driving a car is that you will save money. There are no negative effects on the environment when using a bicycle. But if you really have to use a car, make sure it's the one with less fuel efficient. Another important choice is to unplug the extra refrigerator or freezer you rarely use. This is one of the quickest ways to reduce your global warming impact. And also remember to turn off all of the lights who's not in use. Because landfills filled with our garbage produce a dangerous greenhouse gas called methane, recycling is a great way to get started fighting global warming.
Rainbows from your door.